Hello, welcome back to another video. This one we're doing all the finishing touches and I need to catch up on the wee one. So I'm going to be doing the fur on this guy, maybe the badge just to finish off, and then I'll be doing the fur at the back of this guy and the beard. And I'll start off with the fur first. And I'm going to be using these, I got them off eBay, makeup brushes, about 20-piece set for about £5. Perfect for dry brushing. Dry brushing is good enough for Bohan, it's good enough for me, so that's what we'll do. So I've base coated the fur with the German Grey by Vallejo, and I'm going to start off with the first coat. Now it's going to be dark blue-grey, and I get rid of the excess on my cloth, and then I'll start applying it to the fur. I'm going to be particularly light down the front, but we'll try and get a transition up on the back here. So don't worry about the first application. You know, it's no great technique to it. Just build it up slowly. Don't have too much on your brush to start with. So the next colour is heavy blue-grey. And that's a game colour one rather than a model colour one. You've got to be careful with this because it's a heavy one. Extra opaque, there's more pigment in it, so just go easy on it. And this time we'll stay on the top of the fur, on the edges that are the light will catch it from that way. So I'm going on the top there, leaving the side bit that we can see and going on the top there. And again we'll build that up. Next up is blue-grey pale. And again, I'm just going on the bottom edges there. And I've got a little bit of off-white that I'm putting into the blue-grey pale now. And be very gentle with this one. I'm just on the edges here now. So we've got the fur going. What I'm going to do is, I've gone back to the dark blue grey. I was going to do the chainmail again because I don't like the colour. I'm just toning it down, and then we'll highlight up with a pale blue grey after that. So that's the pale blue grey doing the edges. And now off-white. I've got a dark grey now, just pushing that into the corner. That looks a bit better. Let's go the off-white again. Okay, so back to this guy, and I'm doing the same glaze, the German grey, just up on the sides of like the Mohican part of it. Just to tone it down. Let's put some in there between the helmet and the horn. So moving on to the pointy star bit. I'm using Rhinox Hide, and we're getting a decent base coat over the whole thing, and it'll take a couple of coats to build it up, maybe more. Yeah, I think it'll take about 3 passes, I think. Okay, so that's taken about 4 coats to get that now, and you know, a good solid base coat there. So the next bit is that I've added some red leather to the Rhinox Hide now, and I'm just going to pick out the pointy bits on the top of that circle, pointy bits on each pointy bits on each point, particularly up the top bit, but I'm not really going to touch these, just the edges of each point down here, because they'll be in shadow. and then I've added some, no, I'm going to go pure red leather now. And just stipple on a few dots around the top of that circle and along the top of that line, just on the points there. And I've added some, it's like a medium flesh tone with a little bit of beige red in it. It's like a warm skin tone really. I was going to pick out each point. Can't really make them out on the smallest one, so it's no guesswork. The old favourite, bit of ivory into that then. And we'll thin it down a bit. I'm going back to the Rhinox Hide now, and just put a little dot in there, and on the bottom of each point, or the bottom half of each point. Okay, this bit isn't entirely necessary, but when I'm doing like this coppery kind of colour, I always put a green glaze. And it probably won't pick it up on this scale, but it'll bug me if I don't do it. So this is just mainly on the bottom half and in the middle, between the circle and the point. And the camera probably won't pick it up anyway. But I know it's there. So that's the pointy bits done. I can't think of anything else to do. Oh, the little do the little points on the round plates. So I've done the rivets on the plates, and I'm not sure whether to highlight them red or just do a metallic. I'll try pale blue-grey first and see how that looks. So this brush is shocking. So I've just gone over the rivets again, and then I decided to do the rest of the ones on the helmet and on the plates of armour as well. And I tidied up a bit of paint that I rubbed off on the sword. This guy's done. So it can move back to the mini-me. I think that's all that's left to do really that's different from the other guy is this band here, but I'm just going to use the same colours that we used for the pointed star on the other guy. So I'm just going to highlight it with the red leather Rhinox Hide mix. This is a base coat of Rhinox Hide, by the way. I'll just put a highlight on there. And let's build it up with red leather on its own. And then we're going to start working in smaller areas now with the skin tone part of the mix. Right, back onto the mini-me. I was going to do a brown tie for the bottom of the beard, but I thought, now I'll go red to get some more colour in there. So I'm going to use the same reds as we did for the armour. So that base coat there is the scarlet, and I'm just going in with a Wild Rider red now to just highlight the front part of it. And then we'll add a little bit of yellow to it to make an orange. and we'll go with the Mephiston or Mephiston. I still can't make my mind up what colour it is. The dark red anyway, around the sides. And I'll add more yellow to that orange to get the blazing orange kind of colour. Bit of water. And then what I'll do then is get the red ink glaze, go over the top and bring everything together then. So here comes the glaze. And we'll leave that dry. So moving on to the little bag that he's got there. By the way, I put a dark brown mixed with the darkest red to separate each of the bands on that thing. So onto the bag. It's like a 50-50 mix of Mornfang brown and XV88. So slightly different base coat to the horns that we did in the previous video. And we'll do the scabbard in a similar colour. So I've made a wash of the Mornfang brown and I've added a little bit of black to it and thinned it down. And just apply it to the shadow areas. And I'll do a couple of coats for it to take effect. I'll add it to the bottom part of the scabbard too. And I'll get this Baylor brown and I'll pull that up into the highlight area. And wait for that to dry. The bag is nearly dry, so we'll go in with a second pass. But it's mainly getting it underneath here and in those creases. And we'll do another pass on the bottom. poking it up. I've got Baylor brown with a bit of bone in it. Just work on that edge there. On the front bit that's just poking out from underneath the beard. So I use the same colours on the handle, but I'll do that later on. Back to the bag. XV88 50/50 with Baylor brown now. Let's tidy up that edge first. I need to wait for it to dry properly first before we go in. I'm rushing ahead here. So I'll go back to the scabbard. I've got pure bone. Got that edge there. I use the side of my brush to go up. Probably have to get the ivory out, I think. This is the darkest bone colour, shabby bone. You've got the Screamer's colour ivory. So I added some ivory to the bone colour. Right, bag is dry. So as I was saying, it's a Mornfang, XV88 and Baylor brown. So pick out the top of the creases. Going to add another coat into there before we start highlighting up. So I'll add some bone into that mix and just hit the creases with that.
onto a bone edge highlight now. And I've got a glaze of Mornfang, so it's about 1 drop of paint to about 3 drops of water, and that'll bring everything together when it's dry.
Okay. So that glaze has brought everything together on the bag quite nicely now. So I used that Mornfang brown. I don't know if you noticed, but I've gone in between the grooves on the horns on this one. So I'm going to carry on pushing the shades down this end of the horn, and then we can start highlighting up the top then. But it'll be exactly the same process as we used for the horns on the other guy. So I've got, I think it's Baylor brown mixed with a bit of bone, but I don't think it'll be light enough for this bit. No, maybe. I'll get some more bone on my palette. I've got ivory, so I've mixed that with the Baylor brown to make a bony colour, because I've used it all on the other bits we were doing. So it'll be pretty much the same process, just highlighting things up very slowly, just keeping your paint thin, working lighter towards the tip. Just make sure you don't get too much of a stark transition. You should be okay, like there. So I'll add some more Baylor brown there to bring it down again. And then we'll start adding ivory to the mix then to highlight up. But as I say, you've seen this before, so I think I'll finish there and we'll come back when I'm done. Okay, there we are, horns done on the mini-me. That's it, I think. We're all done. The bases are done. Ready to go. Part of the warband at last. So it's been quite an enjoyable process. Thanks very much for the support on the group. Much appreciated. Hopefully I'll be back soon to do a different Chaos Warrior and maybe another member of the band. I don't know. I might do an ogre join the group. So hopefully I'll see you again in the future. As I say, just get involved in the comments. Anything you don't understand, get in touch. I'll try and help you out as much as I can. So, but that's it for me for now. We'll see you again soon in the next episode. Cheers.